Okay, I'd like to make an announcement that the Board of Supervisors held an executive session on May the 29th on some personnel matters. And tonight we had a executive session where we discussed some personnel issues and other legal issues. I guess now we're going to move on to public comment. All public comment shall be delivered from the podium by registered individuals or residents or taxpayer. Time allotted for the agenda matter is 5 minutes, otherwise 3 minutes for non-agenda matters. The copy of the public meeting policy is available for your convenience. All right, starting off, Deb Pop. I was going to say, is that one?
Better?
There we go. Now we got it.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the Knox box again. I went back because it was like, there was no discussion or anything. It was kind of when we got the letter saying that we were required to do it, was the first. So I'm back into May of 2022. Dave asked the solicitor to initiate reconstruction of the Knox box ordinance, and didn't even know anything about it back then. July of 22, it was approved to advertise the ordinance for the fire and the Knox boxes. August 23, you approved the ordinance. That's August 23rd of 2022. Heard nothing about that until April 2nd of 25, when the letters came out to the businesses saying that you're required to get it, and if you don't, there's legal fines and charges that can be filed if you don't put it on your building. I don't have anything against any of the emergency responders or anything like that. I have a problem with the way this came about. And a lot of the businesses that I've spoken to said more or less there's no way, and this is the first time they've heard of anything like that. So I have a question. Does the township building and its buildings around it have them on?
There's one right outside the door.
Here.
I don't know if the one's been installed
Admin
on
building?
I don't know if the one's been installed in the township building yet or not, but there's one right outside the door.
I
Put
saw
on
that
when
one.
they built the building.
I'm talking about the existing buildings prior to this new building.
I
didn't see any.
Neither did I.
Okay.
So if you're trying to enforce
I'll have a
businesses-
problem. I'll order it tonight if it hasn't been ordered yet.
Okay, so every building.
Yes.
I just think it's a little ridiculous that you guys didn't follow your own ordinance and you're trying to make the residents do that.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll fix it.
Last time that I was in here, Claire said he wasn't doing it because
That's
it
his
wasn't what
prerogative.
it's, what's that?
That's his prerogative.
And it is. And you're telling people, just let it go. They can break a window and get in. That's fine. So if you're doing that, why is this mandatory? Make it an option for the businesses to do it. I think you have a lot of angry people out there. They're just not coming in here. And I don't see, like I said, this all was thrown on us at the last minute, and I don't think it should be mandatory.
I think it fits certain businesses pretty good.
The larger ones,
Yeah, certain ones it does.
Yeah.
Deb, I would like to bring this back, Deb,
yeah,
I would like to bring this back to the board and let us discuss it internally
okay,
and come back to you next month.
that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
How much notice will you need if we change something? You need like a year's notice or 2 years' notice, or?
Depends what you decide.
I mean, ultimately, people always complain about transparency,
Yeah.
but we passed an ordinance. It took a while to initiate enforcing it, but like how much notice? Like it's not like we just dreamed it up.
Well, no, you had it since 22, but
So
you
you had-
sprung it on the people.
So the ordinance was
Ordinary-
passed for 3 years.
Ordinary person, yeah, it was out there for 3 years. The ordinary small business owners and stuff had no clue this was going on until they got the letter saying you do it or else. So, I don't know. I don't think it should be, I think there needs to be more,
The fine ordeal, the imprisonment ordeal. I don't remember seeing all of that.
All in the ordinance.
yeah,
I don't remember reading it or seeing it, so.
so, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bob Guestwin.
Guess what?
Redland Senior Center reported an update to you. A couple days after June 6th, which was our deadline, we have acquired our goal of monies to be able to move into our new building. We have been granted somewhat of an extension because the paperwork is not yet completed by Lewisberry Borough. We have a financial package that will provide us with a $355,000. A portion of that are borrowed funds from individuals. We would really like to go into this building debt-free. We are going to have quite a few things that will come upon us once we move that we'll have to have funds for. So between now and when the closing date, which I don't look at it occurring prior to the end of July, when these things get tied up in planning commissions and everything, I think the pace might cut down a little bit. We have no control over that, obviously. So between now and whatever that closing date is, we will continue to work and convert what we have in borrowed funds, convert to cash. So we have a couple ideas. Diane has hooked us up with Wellspan, and it would be nice if we could work out maybe some kind of a partnership with them. We're talking about an organization of 600 people plus that are 60 years old or older. Might be attractive to them. It'll be a nice, for them, it's a nice added feature for those of us in northern York County that sometimes we feel that we get cheated.
And when I talked to them, Bob, just so you know, they did tell me they are happy to help do a fundraiser for us, meaning you.
I contacted Dan Hernandez, made a couple other contacts, so I think they will be favorable to it. So, and we'll be requesting when the time comes to move, we'll need manpower, we'll need trucks. Although I have to tell you, the new group that has taken over the church that basically caused us to leave, I talked with them over the weekend. They have expressed their desire to help make the move as smoothly as possible.
Nice.
So they volunteered their manpower and trucks. So that's a good, my time's up, I know. Any questions? If you have any, feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Good.
Thanks.
Jane Harmon.
Good evening. It's agenda items. I have a couple of things. I'll ask some questions and hopefully you can answer them when I'm done. Regarding the fire tax for Newberry Township listed at $5,075.98. This is for Jane. Can you tell me what that was for in the agenda? I mean, on the pay the bills? Also, there's a bill for Krylon Corp. in the amount of $20,193.61. What's that for? Okay. And the codes report, there's no permits applied for. They used to, I don't see the information in the reports. They used to have on there who replied, like their address and the names. That was no, it just says like 28 permits applied for. The report was very condensed. Is that something new that we're doing now, that we're not including all the other information? That it was, if it was a chicken permit or a zoning permit, it would tell you what it was. So I've noticed a change in that also on the reports, them. On the agenda, there was changes to the fee scheduling regarding the septic systems. Why does this not include the tapping fee? I see no tapping fee on there whatsoever. The new structure seems more complicated to figure out the cost. Does the money collected from the septic fees go directly to the sewer department? It does?
No.
Yes, no? Somebody said yes, somebody said no. So,
No, those fees goes to the SEO to perform that work.
okay, the SEO gets that money.
Correct.
We don't get that
That
money.
has nothing to do with the
Okay,
sewer
I
department.
just,
The sewer is a separate entity of it.
but the tapping fees, does that come to us or the sewer department?
That goes to the sewer department, but that's not a part of the on-lot septic system.
Yes, okay.
That's a
The
different.
new system that you wrote up there, the fees, is very complicated. It's not like the old one where you could just look at it and see what the fee was. It's so much, like, I don't know, you gotta be a poop scientist to figure out how you're figuring out the fees. So that's just my thought. I was looking at it. On the police report, I noticed that the K-9 report has not been included for a few months. I initially thought it was overlooked, but now I'm not sure about that. Is there a reason why it's no longer available? Additionally, I've noticed security cameras attached to posts with solar panels at Rite Aid. There's been a lot of squawk on social media about it also. This was present before the spring fling, and it still is there. Are we renting this equipment? And
We're not doing nothing up there.
it's
That's
not
Rite Aid.
That's Rite Aid's. Okay, and I also observed an officer, police patrolman by the Rite Aid building. Are we now providing private security? So,
We had an agreement with Rite Aid, who paid the officers overtime rate for us to sit up there for a certain amount of time.
this is agreement between Rite Aid and you guys?
It was an
Is-
agreement between Newberry Township and Rite Aid.
Okay, all right. Well, I was just, people were squawking about it and wanted to know what was going on when there's roads to be patrolled. So I was gonna bring it up.
If we'd have left our guys up there on overtime, you'd really be, if we were paying the overtime that Rite Aid's paying them, you'd really be complaining, so.
But why is anybody watching an empty building?
It's not an empty building.
It's not?
No, the IT department's still operating out of that
IT still
building.
part-
Yes,
A portion of it.
What did he do before?
they weren't going full bankruptcy before.
That's what I was afraid of.
So since they're bankrupt, they need security?
That's Rite Aid's policy.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for that information. Hold on, I'm not done. Regarding the township manager, on April 22nd, the Board of Supervisors approved a hiring committee and assigned Rob Harkins and Claire Winnemeyer for the task. First by Rob, second by Diane. It has been 2 months, and do we have a manager? Did we have a qualified candidate? And if not, are we currently interviewing? On Friday, I noticed a draft agenda announced a special public meeting for hiring of a township manager and zoning officer. However, this agenda was deleted by Monday off the agenda. Why was this done? The roles of a township manager and zoning officers are critical to our community's success. It is essential that we hire only the most qualified candidate who meets the strict requirements for these positions. Lowering our standards is not an option, as it could create significant liabilities and lead to substantial financial repercussions, including costly legal fees. We must remain committed to maintaining the highest standard in our hiring process to ensure the integrity and efficiency of our township. Thank you.
Okay, as far as the manager's position, we're still looking at that. As far as the codes enforcement officer's position, those applications closed on Friday, and we will be soon starting the process of interviewing people for that position.
Okay, are you still interviewing for the manager's position? Do you have a candidate?
We're still reviewing what we have.
Okay, just remember what I said in my little notes there, okay? Thank you
I-
very much. Oh, wait, Jane didn't answer my questions.
Your time is up, Jane.
I know, but no one answered my questions then. So I asked them, I prepare all this for prior, so I'd like to have them answered.
Krylon is the contractor for the bridge.
The bridge. Okay, so
Pleasant-
that's for
the
that new.
culvert. Yeah, the culvert, Pleasant Drive.
For 20,100?
Yeah, that was their
Okay.
first payment application.
We approved that at the last meeting, correct?
Yeah, it was on the agenda last meeting.
Okay, well, it was just paid the bill, so I wanted to know. And do you know what the, why the codes permit reports are not like they used to be?
Because the codes enforcement's no longer here, and the person that's filling in for that is also the sewer administrator. She was the assistant codes enforcement officer.
Okay.
And she just didn't get a chance to spell everything out. It will be in next month's report.
Okay, and the dogs, is that report gonna be, why is that stopped?
I thought I included it this month.
It's not, and it wasn't there last month, so I just, can it be in next month then? Thank
It should
you.
be.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yep.
So I'll address the manager. I think we probably received 25, 30 resumes. From there, we interviewed 9 people. We were pretty much settled on one person, and she backed out the day we were gonna actually discuss hiring her.
And I wanted to hire the guy from Rudders that was a manager there.
We had, so,
Because that's the kind of
so
application.
we narrowed it down to 3. The other 2 were interviewed well. They seemed like they may be able to do the job, but we just weren't as comfortable with them as we were the person we were gonna offer the job to. In the mix of all that, Aaron threw his name in the hat to possibly be a manager. This all happened about the same time. Aaron's basically been a manager for the past, Aaron's been doing it at his own. So that held the process up a little bit. The reason we took it off the agenda is because we want to, that kind of threw a wrench in things, plus we wanted to hire a zoning person also, and we had that all like grouped together in that original advertisement. And we didn't get to look at the applications for the zoning person yet. So that was, hopefully I addressed all your questions, but that was.
Well, I guess remember the qualifications. If someone fulfills the qualifications and has everything that we asked for, I have no problem. But if they can't, we need to look for the best candidate, period. It's a huge job for the township, so.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, next is Sandra Gonzalez.
Thank you. I'm glad to see on the agenda tonight the Mental Health and Wellness Act grant application. You know, I don't know if a lot of our residents know this, but our mental health program here in the township is bar none. There is none like it, and we have been asked, I believe Lieutenant Diddy, to give seminars, not just throughout the United States, but internationally. Our program is being mirrored by other departments, not only here in the United States, but internationally. And kudos to our police department for that. I want to address some of the format here. You know, we have the opportunity to email any one of you guys with questions. I don't come here to sit through other people's questions being answered. 4 and 5 and 10 minutes pass by that you guys are answering questions, personal asked questions about township business. I'm not here for that. I'm here for my 5 minutes when I talk about an agenda item, 3 minutes if I talk about other items. I'm not here to sit through questions. I also want to suggest that you supervisors ask our solicitor about potential lawsuits on, there's a lot of accusations flying about you guys online and a lot of defamatory stuff. I don't know how many of you are hiding things from the public. All 5 of you supervisors have equal access to information in this township. So if we're accusing one of you and defaming you, we're accusing all of you. And I quite frankly think it's unacceptable. And you should be discussing with our solicitor where that line is drawn, especially when it's in writing and online. This is unacceptable. I want to commend you guys for your patience, but at the same time, please consider the rest of us. I can email any one of you guys with any one of these number of questions. Well, Jane, what's this? And well, what's this? What's that? Really, this is like some kind of circus. So I would map out maybe a little tighter your guidelines. You should see how the school board is run. They're not allowed to interact with the public. They get up, we can get up and make a statement, but they don't answer us and take up these good people's time with my questions that could be emailed ahead of time. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it?
Okay, is there anybody else for public comment? Yes, ma'am. Need you to state your name and your address then too, please.
Good evening. I'm Justiana Sim, 84 Hill Drive, York Haven, and you might know me from your inboxes. I wanted to find out.
Nice to put a face to that finally.
Right. I wanted to find out what the status is of 85 Hill Drive, York Haven, with the illegal business going on for 6 years now.
Okay.
And yes, it has been emailed, but I would like an answer in person.
I'm going to say last Tuesday was our great adventure. Last Tuesday, a cease and desist order was placed on the door at that property. Donna and myself took up a cease and desist order. We're running back and forth, trying to catch him. Every time I've been by, it's closed up. There's nothing going on. So,
as he advertises, he works late into the night, 24 hours a day. A lot of his business is when you all are sleeping, and I'm being kept awake by his BS.
I don't sleep all the time, and I want to discuss this a little more with the chief. We've had a lot going on right now. But I want to discuss this more with the chief, that if his officers are out, and I know they're out and about,
Yeah.
they see stuff going on, I'm going to put it in a position that they can call me or Donna so we can do the follow-up and
Okay.
start issuing citations. But the plan is
I guess my
we have
question is,
discussed
what's the
this with the
next step?
district justice, and he has explained to me and Donna on the process of going through issuing citations for that.
Okay, so what is the next step? I guess is my.
We have to start catching him in the act, but we have to see him doing it.
So is there anything I can do to facilitate that? Is there anyone I can call? Is there anything I can do?
Well,
Otherwise I'm just going to keep showing up in inboxes.
I
and
just
at
really,
meetings.
I understand your frustration, and I understand where you're at with that, but I don't know if you want to be calling somebody all the time.
This has been my life. There have
Please,
been, there's hundreds
yeah,
of
somebody
pictures.
just
She has lots of pictures.
send us some pictures and timestamp them if you can.
They're all time-stamped, and I've submitted that over 6 years at the zoning hearing board on March 28th, 2022.
Well, we're in the process because of things that have happened in the past.
It's been a 6-year process, and that's
Yes,
my
and
issue,
we-
and that's why I'm here tonight.
So it landed with us, and we are trying.
Okay, and I appreciate your help. I really do.
Donna posted the cease and desist order on the door of the garage,
Take a picture of it.
and we have pictures of it. So,
Okay.
we're giving it a shot. We're going to
Can you
get
tell
there.
me an appropriate time to follow back up if I don't hear from anyone or see any difference?
I'm going to talk with the chief, and we're going to see about our patrol officers. At least if they see activity going on,
Okay.
they also document it, which
Okay.
makes it easier for us
Sure.
to go ahead and do the
Okay.
prosecution through the district justice office.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Thank you.
You bet.
Nice meeting you.
Okay. I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes from the May 27th, 2025 meeting.
I'll make that motion to approve the meetings of May 27th.
Looking for a second.
I'll second that.
Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next we're moving on to land development and subdivision. Approve the final subdivision plan for Alex Mowry, Lot 1 and 3, Yoakumtown Road. Hi, Chris.
Good evening, Supervisors, and pleasant evening. A little toasty out there, but what we have before you this evening is a pretty straightforward subdivision plan. Existing 50-acre lot located along Yoakumtown Road, about the 900 block or so of Yoakumtown Road. Mr. Mowry, who is an employee of the township, would like to subdivide off what's shown as lot number 3, I believe, or lot number 1. Lot 3, sorry, oh, my glasses.
1 and 3.
1 and 3. Big lot's 1, small lot's 3. It's a 12-acre lot. He intends to build a new single-family home for himself there. His father actually lives on the property shown as lot number 2, which we had subdivided off approximately 12 years ago. Pretty straightforward. We're through the Planning Commission. We've incorporated most of their comments. There are a few little cleanup items yet, 1 or 2 notes that need to be squared away. And then we are asking for a total of 3 waivers based on this type of subdivision plan. And Bill has them listed as a waiver to the stormwater plan report, which we're actually not a waiver, but deferring that until the time of the building permit so that that plan can be individually designed. We are asking for a waiver of a woodlands evaluation as well as a site contacts map. That being said, I'll be glad to answer any questions.
For those in the audience that are wondering where this property is, if you're familiar going out Yoakumtown Road, I think it was 1.5 years, 2 years ago, it was posted for an online auction and did not sell in auction. It was 50 acres. It's across from the old chicken farm on Yoakumtown Road.
Yeah, it's actually brought by 3 generations of farmers from Lancaster County. Grandfather, father, and son actually are who own the deed.
Do what?
Was that the Lynch farm?
No. It was a Yost farm.
Yeah, it was
one of the Yost.
Other side's Lynch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Leach, yeah.
Yeah, it's across the street from the Leach farm. Okay. Do we want to do all these waivers as one or individually? I don't have the list in front of me.
I don't have it either.
There.
The waivers, oh, okay, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. So do we want to do them one at a time or want to do them all at once?
One at a time.
It's up to you.
I'm okay with all.
All right, I'm looking for a motion to do all 3 waivers at one time.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Chair, can you read those into the record?
Okay. That's a little rough. So waiver number 1 is submission of stormwater management plan and report. Waiver to that section. The second one is provide a woodlands evaluation. The request and a waiver from that. A third one is providing a site contacts map. Bill, can you fill everybody in on what I just talked about?
Yeah, sure. As was mentioned, the Planning Commission recommended.
Was that a motion that you're, Mr. Chair, is that a motion that you're making to approve?
Oh, yeah, that was a motion.
Can we get a second?
All right, yeah. Then we'll get Bill to talk about it.
I'll second that.
Okay, Bill, now you're back up. 5 months.
Yeah, the three waivers are recommended by the Planning Commission. The stormwater management plan and report, as was noted, that would be that would still require at the time of the building permit. The woodlands evaluation and the site context map for this type of plan, a minor plan, are not required. They'd be for more along the lines for a much larger subdivision plan.
Okay, any questions or concerns? All in favor?
Mr. Chair,
yes.
Sorry, Wendy did not hear. Who made the motion and who made the second?
I made the second.
And, Diane.
Rob made the motion. Diane made the second. Yep, thank you.
Hold on.
All right.
Question. Hold on.
Hold on.
You made the motion.
Okay, then I'll take the blame for it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. I didn't get a chance to say anything.
You did not.
All right, I made the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Okay, I guess now we're looking for a final approval on a final plan pending the engineer's report. I'm looking for that motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the subdivision pending the engineer's comments are addressed.
I'll second that.
All outside agency.
I'll second it.
Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, folks.
Yep.
Thanks.
Good evening.
Build your house. Okay, we're going to move on to reports. First report is public safety report. Steve?
Yes, the only thing I have to add to the public safety report is I want to inform the residents that Department 31, which is Newburytown Fire Department, is having a chicken barbecue on July 17th and the 19th. They currently have a raffle going on up until August 26th, and they have bingo on July 18th. On to the police report. For the month of May, the department handled 1,078 calls. There was 5 aggravated assault, 2 burglaries, 18 thefts, 4 drug offenses, 4 DUIs, 8 simple assaults, 5 harassments, and 10 other offenses. Additionally, responded to 1,022 other calls, including 15 domestics, 21 traffic accidents. They issued 46 traffic citations, 153 warnings, 18 non-traffic citations, and made 29 misdemeanor and/or felony criminal arrests. The only thing else that I had to add to that report is, I don't know if everyone in here noticed that there's a big seat in the back corner of the meeting room beside Lieutenant Diddy. That is not permanent. That is part of a class that we're having here tonight, this week. It's a car seat class, is where individuals from the community come in here and they're taught how to install children's seats in people's vehicles. So that is not going to be staying here. With that being said, there is a free car seat check on June 27th, which is this Friday, from 10:30 to 12:30 at the Walmart. So you can visit our Facebook page and click on the link and schedule a time, or just show up between 10:30 and 12:30 if you have anybody that needs their car seats checked to see if they're installed correctly. It's a very nice service because some individuals had somebody else put them in. They were not in there correctly. Everyone is underneath financial restraints, but some people buy their car seats at yard sales, which, you know, there's a time limit on car seats. And with this particular event, since it's funded by a county entity, there is some possibilities that they would actually give out free car seats at this event. So I wanted to make the public aware that if you need your car seat inspected, or, you know, a little concerned that it might not be in there properly, please stop by and have it checked out. The next thing, actually I have 2 more things. I want to remind everybody that National Night Out is August 5th. You can also go on Facebook if you want to be a vendor. Click Be a Vendor, fill out the information. That would be great. We're always looking for vendors there. If you're not willing to be a vendor, please show up. Free food, free music, and fireworks. And the last thing is our department's nonprofit is having a golf tournament on August 29th. So if you're into golf and you want to play in a good tournament, feel free to come to our website and sign up for the golf tournament. That's all I have. Do you have anything from me?
Are you aware of what Susquehanna's doing back here, Steve, with the fire company?
I didn't see anything on their list or I would have mentioned it.
Well, I think you probably don't know about it, but the little track in the back is open Friday nights. They're allowing the fire company to come back and do a boot driver 50-50 ticket deal, and they're giving the money to the fire company. Scott
Awesome.
and Colton is so.
Great.
I guess we're going to do that every week when we have the races back here.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Okay, is that it, Steve? Okay. Under old business, there's none. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking for the solicitor's report. Got anything to add? James?
Nothing to add in my report, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Bill, anything to add to the engineer's report?
Nothing to add unless there's any questions for me.
Jane, anything to add to your report? Scott? Brent? Donna? We don't have a manager. Aaron, do you have anything to add to the non-existent manager's report?
No, I was going to take this meeting to speak, to let everyone know I did put in my resume for the manager's position. I was considering it at the last meeting we had. It was not official. It was something I still wanted to talk to Jen about, as well as speak to my employees before I made an official announcement that I was going to put my resume in for consideration for the position. Be honest with you, I never had an intention to put in for manager. When we lost our previous manager, due to my job, at least I have some flexibility of my time. I offered to step up and assist as I could. During that time, I sort of enjoyed what I was doing. I enjoyed the job, and I really enjoy working with the township staff and the department heads. It's something I feel I could excel at, and it's something that I enjoy doing. So that really helped my decision in putting my resume in for consideration for manager. So that's the story. Jen's worked with me for what, 11 years, 12 years since we bought the business, and I think she can take over my day-to-day operations there. So I think it was a good time for me to put in for the position. And I want to thank all the employees here for all their work they put in this past 4 months without a manager, now without a codes officer. They've really put in a lot of work, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
I would like to echo that, everyone in the office.
I would
You've
too.
done an outstanding job in the absence of a manager.
Yep.
Appreciate everyone. Okay.
Yep, awesome.
Okay, under supervisors report, you got anything else to add, Rob?
I'm done.
No.
You have anything to add?
No,
You got anything
I
to
don't
add?
have anything.
Diane?
I do. I just want to make the public aware that I did have an opportunity to do a WellSpan Hospital tour. It was pretty awesome. I'm going to invite them here September 23rd to speak before the township, so you are also aware of what they're building over there for this township. It's pretty awesome. There's nothing that they won't be able to do. I have invited the Visitor Center, York Visitor Center, August 26th, to come speak to our group. So they will be here as well. That's all I have for today.
Claire, do you got anything?
I'm good.
And I don't have anything. Parks and Recreation?
Parks and Recreation, I do. We have submitted a report that you will find in this packet, as well as we have an event coming, Music in the Park, on July 12th over at Shelley's Park. And we're in the process of doing some other activities over there, so stay tuned to that. Something I missed? Oh, the dog park discussion. They are looking to put a dog park over at Shelley's.
It's on the agenda.
Do you have the map? Do you have
On the agenda.
Oh, it's on the agenda. Yeah. That's not under discussion yet. You guys have to vote on that first.
I
You have it
told
on there.
Cody that if next time you guys are cleaning up or something like that, I have a good gas power washer and a surface prep machine that you guys can use.
I did share that with them
Okay.
too. Yep. Yep.
Okay, moving on. Old business, there's none. New business, approve new hire Jordan Sellers as a police officer. Chief?
Yes, this young female that is coming up to the podium is Jordan Sellers, and I'll let Jordan talk a little bit about herself. I'm not going to sell her short. So, Jordan, will you tell the community a little bit about yourself and why you chose to work at Newberry Township?
Yes, sir. So, as the chief just said, my name is Jordan Sellers. I grew up in Mechanicsburg. I attended Mechanicsburg Area Senior High School, graduated in 2021. I then proceeded to go to Kutztown University to study criminal justice. I went there for 3 years. Then I left there to pursue my career in law enforcement. So now I'm in the process of finishing my last year online. I recently just moved here to Edders. So far, I've loved the area, and I think that Newberry would be the perfect fit for me because every time I've been here, I've heard so many good things about this department. They treat each other like family, and I want to go to a department where I'm going to be treated fairly and can go to each and every officer if I need anything. And I've just have loved everyone I have met so far, so I think this would be the perfect fit for me.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to hire Jordan as a police officer trainee to go to the Harrisburg Area Community College with a class beginning July the 7th of 2025.
I'll make a motion to hire Jordan Sellers to attend Hack Police Academy, be hired by Newberry Township Police Department.
Looking for a second?
I'll second that motion.
Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, next in new business, appoint planning commission member, a motion to appoint Brian Rabine to the planning commission.
I'll make that motion to appoint Brian.
Looking for a second?
I'll second it.
Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next on the agenda, I need a motion to appoint Connie Flasher to the Newberry Township Planning Commission.
I'll make that motion to appoint Connie.
Looking for a second?
I'll second it.
All questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I needed to announce, and I didn't do that. Brian Rabine's term will end in 2026. Connie's will end in 2027. I'm looking for a motion to appoint Jason Keenan of Blue Star Septic as an alternate sewage enforcement officer for Newberry Township.
I'll make a motion to appoint Jason Keenan and Blue Star Septic as alternate SEO.
Looking for a second?
I'll second that motion.
Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, I'm looking for a motion to adopt ordinance 434, and that's for regulating truck traffic on Grandview Road. For the people that aren't aware or weren't here last month, we have an issue. Our neighboring township restricted trucks to a lot of areas down there, and we're getting a lot of truck traffic on Grandview Road. So we will be posting signs limiting the truck traffic on Grandview Road to help eliminate some of the problems we're having down in that end. So I'm looking for that motion.
I'll make a motion we adopt ordinance 434 regulating truck traffic on Grandview Drive.
Looking for a second.
I'll second that.
Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Next, I'm looking for a motion to adopt ordinance 435, amendment to the recreation ordinance.
And what we're doing here is adding to Parks and Recs, we're adding a vice chair. That's what that amendment is. I'll make a motion. We adopt resolution amendment 435 to rec.
Looking for a second.
I'll second it.
That's
Questions or concerns?
That was ordinance 435.
Yeah, it's ordinance 35.
I'm sorry, 35.
Okay. Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Next, I'm looking for a motion to adopt ordinance 436, amendment to chapter 52 on the manager's bond.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 436, change to the manager's bond.
I'll second that.
Is this where the misprint is?
Correct.
Okay. Correct.
I guess. You okay?
Okay.
All right. Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, I'm looking for a motion to approve the revision of the 2025 fee schedule.
I'll make a motion we approve the revision of the 2025 fee schedule.
Looking for a second?
Dave,
Yes.
Is that?
we're gonna have to table that.
Okay. All right, we're gonna table approve the revision to the 2025 fee schedule. Next, discussion on Parks and Recreation's submittal for a dog park at Shelley Park.
Now, do we have it? There we go. It's actually pushed down a little bit further, but Parks and Recs is looking at putting in 2 sections of dog park down there, off into more of the trees below where it is currently, down in that green grass and tree area. One is going to be 100 by 100. The other one's going to be 100 by 75 chain link fence. The 100 by 100 is for large dogs. The 100 by 75 is for smaller dogs. And they're currently out there getting some bids, going through CoStars.
Does this involve just fencing, or is there stuff inside a dog park? I don't know. I've never been in one.
Do you want to speak about it real quickly?
We did change it a little bit. It's 165 in length. We're going to go down further, more down towards those trees to use up that space per Scott. He went out there and walked it with us, and we staked it. CoStars, we did have 1 bid in right now. We're going to try to get 2 more bids, but we did change the dimensions, so we're going to revisit it with them so we have the exact price. Inside the park, we like to put, there's 2 separate parks, small, large dogs, going to be divided by their weight. We're going to put benches, like 2 benches in each, if possible, if money allows, a picnic table. I did go visit other parks and did a whole bunch of things, drawings off of them and stuff. And the one park I went to at Lisburn, I replicated some of the things I seen there because I liked it. There was people in there actually having a picnic while their dogs were running around, and they were playing cards. And I'm like, okay, so they just don't bring just their dogs. They enjoy it also as well. So we're going to also put some waste stations inside. That's the little thing that holds the bags. And a garbage can for them to put the waste in to pick up after it. So hopefully we don't have to do it as much. With that being said, as I entered the park the other day, when we all went out there, there was a group walking their dogs, and they were picking up other people's messes. And we have a sign there that says, please pick up your dog waste. But we have no receptacle, and we have no waste station there. So they asked if we could try to get one of those. If we don't get the dog park immediately, at least get a waste station out there to pick up, so they don't have to pick everybody else's. It was a neighbor that comes over 3 times a day and picks up other people's dogs' waste because we have no bags to supply. So that's what's going on with the dog park. So we should come back next month, and we'll have all the exact quotes for you and the exact prices. Okay?
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any plans on putting some trees in there?
Oh, actually, that photo does not show it, but there is a lot of trees in there.
Down there.
Oh, for trees.
There is a lot of trees. It's a perfect shaded area. I had picked a different area, and Diane picked that area, and it's absolutely a great area. It's right along the path. It's perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone know, does this expose the township to any legal liability? And if so, do we need to add that?
I did talk to Jane about that. We do have to add a clause on our policy for that. Yeah, we notified them.
Okay.
There was also, I took pictures of all the parks and all their roles. So, of course, we'll have to have roles by there also. And they also have, James, you could probably help me with this one. They have on their roles, and they also disclaimer saying they're not responsible. So that would have to be on the set of roles that's posted at the gate. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on, discussion and vote on the Parks and Recreation submittal for Music in the Park at Shelley Park on July the 12th at 4 to 9 p.m.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Music in the Park for July 12th at Shelley's.
Looking for a second?
I'll second that.
Questions or concerns?
Diane, can you explain a little bit about that, please?
Sure. What we're trying to do, we have great parks. Shelley is probably one of our best parks we have. but nobody knows about it. So what we're trying to do is get events there to get people to come so they can experience these parks. So we're going to start doing events like this. Music in the Park just happens to be the first one. It's not costing the township any money. We are going to rent 2 porta potties to put there. There's 2 there now. We're going to add 2 more, but the cost of everything else is free. We have the fire departments coming in and making food to sell. So we just want to get the neighbors out of the house and into the parks.
Looking for a second?
I think I did second it.
Okay.
I think you did, yeah.
Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Looking for a motion to approve Resolution 2025-23, authorizing the submission of a multimodal transportation fund grant application with the Commonwealth Financing Authority.
I'll make a motion, we approve Resolution 2025-23.
I'll second it.
Questions or concerns?
Yeah, this is for the sidewalks. We applied for this grant last year. It's for the developments that are around the future park. It's to help put sidewalks in if we do get this. It's nice this year because it's a non-matching grant. So if we are awarded, we do not have to match anything towards it.
This is for the 18.5 acre?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to allow for sidewalks from the neighboring developments to meet down at the road and then a culvert to get underneath the road to get into the park area.
Connectivity, gotcha, yep.
Any questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, I'm looking for a motion to approve a resolution FY 2025 grant application. And this is Resolution 2025-24. And this is for the Mental Health and Wellness Act grant application to the U.S. Department of Justice. As Sandra spoke earlier about it, we're one of the leading agencies in the country with this mental health evaluations and programs for our police officers. It was developed, so I'd like to see us continue to do that, so I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
Questions or concerns?
Is that covered like the fire company still or not?
No, this is just
law enforcement?
Just the law enforcement. Any other questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, I'm looking for a motion to authorize and execute memorandum of understanding. Motion to authorize the chief of police to enter an MOU with the Grief Relief LLC for participation in the year 2025, some fancy LEMHUAW funded officer wellness program. And I have no clue what all them capital letters mean.
It's just short for Law Enforcement Mental Health and Wellness Act. Just to let you know.
Okay, thanks.
And to make you aware, Grief Relief is the current organization that we utilize now for our mental health wellness program. However, in order to apply for the grant, we need an MOU between Newberry Township and them in order to apply if we were awarded the grant. So that's why it's in front of you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to allow the chief to enter into agreement with Grief Relief LLC.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next we're going to do an approval, looking for a motion to approve the CoStar's purchase proposal of the UV disinfection system for the Newberry Township wastewater treatment plant.
I'll make a motion, we approve the CoStar's purchase for the UV disinfection system.
I'll second it.
Okay, questions or concern?
Bill, do you have anything to add?
No, this is just the unit we've been working with for probably over a year now. We've visited 2 different treatment plants where this is being used, and it's the currently waiting on a permit so that we can bid out the rest of the work then.
Any more questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Next, I'm looking for the approval to advertise for request for proposals for traffic signal and street lighting maintenance.
I'll make a motion, we advertise requests for proposals for the traffic and signal,
I'll second that.
street lighting.
I'll second that.
Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, I'm looking for a motion to approve to advertise a request for proposals for the Newberry Township sewer sludge hauling and disposal services.
I'll make a motion, we approve to advertise requests for proposals for the Newberry Town sewer sludge hauling and disposal services.
I'll second that.
Okay. Questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to accept the acceptance of a bottled coffee donation, and I understand it's not Starbucks, it's somebody else. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, Jane took a phone call from Starbucks. Dairy Farmers of America. Okay. And they were giving it away to employees, and then they found that employees were black marketing it on the side.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
So they've reached out to municipalities and things like that for a donation, and we would like to accept a donation. And up on the screen, you can see what we can use it for. We can give it to our first responders for our Parks and Rec programs, emergency services, and community events. It's just not going to be our own personal.
Not nothing for us to take home because they gave
not
it
for
to
us to take home, but yeah, we can put it to good use. So
Very nice.
we'd like to accept it, and then we'll give them a letter of
nice.
thank you.
So
Yeah.
I'd like somebody to make that motion to accept that.
I'll make a motion, we accept the bottled coffee donation.
Then I'll
Second.
second that.
Any more questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Come with donuts?
No, I don't think it does come with donuts. Maybe we can talk to Duncan, see if they'll match it up. or Maple, one of them.
Let's go with maple.
Yeah, okay. This next item, we're going to table to next month. Am I correct, Scott? The sweeper thing to, we're still looking at a grant, and we're not sure where that grant is at this moment. And we have to look at some financial.
You want to talk anything about it? I have your proposals up, or do you just want to wait?
We'll just wait.
Okay.
So it's, yeah, the sweeper that we're looking at, I think is close to $400,000.
That's
So-
vacuum stuff too, or not?
Yeah.
The current grant that we had applied for last fall is in the,
Yeah. So we're looking at some leasing operations or some different things, and that's why we want to table it the next month to see if we can come up with something that's in the best interest for the taxpayers of Newberry Township.
So that's a tool you definitely need, Scott.
Yeah, the one we have is about junk.
Well, I spend more time in the garage, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wore out. So we're going to table that to next month, and we'll come up with some financing plans or different ideas. Like I said.
My sweeper's okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So,
You're an S.
okay, I'm looking for, I guess they want money. Is this,
No, no money.
okay. I'm looking for approval for the Healing of the Planet 2025 Keep PA Beautiful grant for the Parks and Recreation Board, a $4,000 grant for planting trees. No matches needed. This is resolution 2025-25.
I'll make that motion to approve that grant, resolution 2025.
Looking for a second?
I'll second it.
Questions or concern?
Just to share with everybody, it's a grant that we're trying to acquire, be awarded from Giant Foods. It's $4,000 for us to help beautify our parks. We could use it for trees, shrubs, flowers, whatever we want to do. And we have this one targeted for Shelley Park.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, next on the agenda is establishment of the first meeting date for the events committee.
Oh, that's me again.
Yep.
All right, our very first meeting is going to be July 11th at 12 o'clock in this building, in this room. After that, we're going to be meeting once a month, the first Monday of every month at noon, again, in the MES building here. And that will go on until we stop. Those are all events that we're building for the township.
Is noon a good time, Diane?
It is for us.
Yeah, for most of the people in the committee, that's what they wanted, yeah. Okay. I guess we just established that, so don't think we need a vote, okay? Next, we're gonna move on to board appointments, and we're gonna do this all at one shot. I'm looking for a motion to appoint Sue Ostrander.
Ostrander?
I'll mess these names up, so you just make it right when I'm done. Jen Mon, Domish Miller, Norman Seitz, Cody Cully, Jason Seymour, and Tony Miller.
Sorry, I should have made those notes. I'd like to make a motion that we appoint these people for the events committee.
Looking for a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, before we move on, these are all four-year terms, so Sue's would be 2028.
No, they're not all 4 years.
I'm sorry. Jen is 2028. Demish is 2027. Norms is 2027. Cody is 2027. Jason Seymour is 2026. And Tony Miller is 2026. So we have the motion. We have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, looking for a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make a motion that we pay the bills.
Looking for a second.
I'll second it.
No questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting's adjourned.